Claude Desktop is the most widely used MCP host. We have been connecting single servers to it since episode 3. In this episode, we go deep on everything the config file can do: multiple servers, per server environment variables, working directories, timeout settings, and the developer mode tools that let you inspect every JSON RPC message flying between Claude and your servers in real time. The Claude Desktop config file lives in the Application Support Claude directory on macOS and the App Data Roaming Claude directory on Windows. The top-level key is MCP servers, and each key under it defines one server. The most important thing to know is that if the JSON is invalid, Claude Desktop silently fails to load any servers at all. Always validate your JSON before restarting. Running Python with json.loads on the file catches syntax errors immediately. Connecting multiple servers is as simple as adding more keys under MCP servers. Claude Desktop launches each server as a separate superset and maintains independent connections to all of them. When Claude needs to decide which tool to call, it has the combined tool list from all connected servers. Here we have our file system, database, and web search servers from earlier episodes all running simultaneously. And Claude can use all of their tools in the same conversation. 3 config options beyond command and args. The CWD field sets the working directory the server process starts in. This matters if your server reads config files or databases using relative paths. The environment object passes environment variables without exposing them in your shell or source code. The timeout field sets how many milliseconds Claude Desktop waits for a tool call response before treating it as a failure. The default is 10 seconds. Long-running tools may need this increased significantly. One of the most common connection failures is a module not found error caused by Claude Desktop using the system Python instead of your virtual environment. Claude Desktop does not inherit your shell path. If you use UV, set the command to UV and args to run followed by your script. If you use a plain virtual environment, set command to the absolute path of the Python binary inside your .venv directory. On Windows, use the scripts folder instead of bin. Developer mode is the most powerful debugging tool in Claude Desktop. Enable it from the developer section of settings. The MCP inspector panel then shows every JSON RPC message in real time as it flows between Claude and your servers. You can see the exact arguments the model passed to a tool call, the exact response your server returned, and the timing of each message. When a tool behaves unexpectedly, this panel tells you immediately whether the problem is in what the model sent or what the server returned. Claude Desktop writes a separate log file for each MCP server named after the server key in your config. Tail the log file while Claude Desktop is running to see your server's output in real time. Python tracebacks appear here. A module not found error almost always means the wrong Python binary. A connection refused error means the server crashed before it could start accepting messages. These logs are the first place to look when a server shows is disconnected in the interface. 5 errors with quick fixes. No tools appearing almost always means invalid JSON. Validate the file first. Module not found error means the wrong Python is running, so use the absolute virtual environment path. Server shows as disconnected means it crashed on startup, so read the log file. Tool calls timing out need the timeout field increased. And if a tool returns wrong results, enable developer mode and check the exact arguments the model sent before blaming the server code. You now know how to connect multiple servers. Use CWD and timeout. Point Claude at the right Python binary, read the MCP inspector in developer mode, and fix the 5 most common connection errors. In the next episode, we connect the same servers to Cursor and VS Code, which have their own config formats and important differences in how they handle tool approval. Subscribe so you do not miss it. See you in the next one.